wire?
I'm just laughing.
What the hell are you laughing at? One of the things I like to talk about is payments. There's a lot going on in that world, in the precious metal industry, and as prices continue to go higher.
I'm just laughing.
What the hell are you laughing at?
I think you know what it is because it's like your first time, like you starting it. So I can.
I'll roll right here and say I'll start our whole podcast off.
Just like losing.
Man, I'm going to have a hard time doing this with a straight face now, man.
All right, so...
Fucking Stormy.
You would have thought that I, like, hit one before, and I don't smoke.
That's it. Smoke break.
Yeah, smoke break. Oh, man, I'm, like, crying already. All right, sorry, dude. I just... Because I know, for you, like, you're like, I don't fucking know what I'm going to say.
I'm just rolling with it, dude.
I know. That's why I just started laughing. You were fine.
That's just you.
That's totally me. All right. So we pulled it together. All right, so go ahead, buddy.
What the hell are we talking about? So
you said you want to talk about payments.
About banking and payments. Yeah. And as the gold price increases, man, I see that look on your face still. As gold price increases, I just see more problems coming with cash anyway.
Oh yeah, well,
it's costing more money to buy.
The thing is, you were having difficulty with because I don't want to give away too much, but I mean you're dealing in serious volume.
Business. Yeah.
And so the struggles that you've had,
I've had to cut back drastically on cash.
On the cash, and
which brings in a whole other problem of issues. Now the wires are more than they've ever been. I'm paying more wire transfer fees than ever. Depositing checks. I'm only allowed to deposit a certain amount of checks every month. I've been hitting that quota halfway through the month. Just PayPal. My PayPal account was frozen. I was explaining to you just because of unusual activity.
Yeah,
a lot of sales going on.
They can lock up accounts for.
Until they give it a reasonable explanation. Say what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, and it could be a long period of time. I've heard, not to scare you, but I've heard people saying 6 months.
It was only a couple days. I was really shocked.
So yours is okay. So it's squared away.
They sent me the craziest questionnaire, asking me questions, and I was kind of nasty.
Do you work for the cartels?
I was kind of nasty. One of the answers, they lifted the restriction right away. I was shocked. I couldn't even believe it.
PayPal sometimes.
They caught me in one of them moods. I was like, you know what? And wrote something back, and it was lifted the next day. I couldn't even believe it.
Right. They So the reason we're talking about this because Andrew was saying how the precious metals prices. They are, it's a roller coaster. Gold hitting all-time highs not too long ago. Silver is coming up as well. And I had made videos saying, what happens if you go to a coin shop and you're trying to sell your collection or what have you, and they don't have cash. And I had people make comments and saying, like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And they're like, they could write you it happens all the time. And so you've heard from the horse's mouth.
And I buy some serious metal, and you know what? I mean, my preferred payment method is check or wire.
Yeah.
It's just so simple. It's so clean.
Right.
Even so, I had the craziest issue recently with cash. My bank was giving me deliveries of $20 bills, right? And I'd get these people come in here. And it'd be $8,000 their ticket, and I have to give them 8,000 in 20s, and I could hear the people's breath. I rolls in their eyes, and I'd look at them. I say, "Listen, just take a check. It's one piece of paper. You deposit it, and that's it.
They just want cash.
They just want cash. They don't care."
So, are you seeing yourself now? Now you're doing cash, wire, check. Zelle.
I just started taking Zelle payments
and PayPal.
Yeah.
That's at least 2 more methods that you've been accepting since I've met you. And I remember saying to you...
I'm stopping it there, though.
Why?
I ain't doing no Cash App. I ain't doing,
You say that now.
All this other stuff. You know what? It's just a lot to keep track of, If I can't meet you in 5 different payment methods, I don't know, man.
But that's the thing is, 5 to 6. But here's why I'm thinking that it's good for you, and it's good for all of you too.
No, don't get me wrong. Anytime you could pull through a transaction and accommodate the customers,
and that's the main reason. Because a lot of the stackers that are watching this podcast, some people are comfortable only with Apple Pay.
Yeah, no,
some
sure.
people
Everybody
are only,
has their preferred payment.
Venmo.
But man,
Nightmare for
it's
you.
like payments accepted, and you just see this list, and it's like, what? Some of them I've never even heard of.
Right. So do you think that it's going to help you in that you're taking all these different payment methods?
Yeah, I've
so
gained
that
some
way,
more customers. Even you. You said you'd start paying Zelle. The minute I mentioned Zelle, it'd be
no,
easier for
I
you.
told you.
Yeah, but now you're going to start paying me in Zelle.
I'll pay you Zelle. I
Which
wanted
I don't
to.
care. So you pay me any way you want.
I know, but I was telling you, like, you
Whatever's
don't take
easier.
Zelle, and you're like, no, I don't take Zelle. But it's good for you too, being that now you're not going to have to deal with necessarily that issue of the cash deliveries and only having X amount and hitting your certain quotas, because now you're actually spreading out that bandwidth, sure. And it's. From your standpoint, because I don't move anywhere near the volume that you do. So when you were telling me all these headaches, I was like, holy crap, I'm glad I don't have that problem. That sounds like a freaking nightmare. But it is, again, it's very good for the people that are buying from you. The other thing, too, is, and make sure that you pay attention to this, these payment methods, they charge fees. So if you're telling me, Stormy, pay me $100. I'll send it to you via PayPal. You're like, perfect. And I send it to you. You're going to get $97.
Yeah, sure.
So what you have to do, and I do this for all of my customers, and a lot of social media sellers do this, is you have to pass those fees on to them.
It said checkout on my website. If you pay by credit card,
it automatically does it. Yep. So that's the important part here. And for all of you, make sure that. Whoever you're doing business with, Andrew and I have spoken about scams and everything. You got to make sure that you're using payment methods where you actually have some sort of recourse in case you are doing something.
Yeah, sure.
Because I know, like, Zelle can't be reversed. Cash App, I don't think, can be reversed.
And it's different from a seller standpoint, because from a seller standpoint, I only want payment methods where they can't reverse the
payment, course.
So I particularly chose Zelle for that.
Yep. Yep.
The last thing I want is somebody to get their package of metal and then cancel it.
And that actually happened to me once.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful, both on the selling standpoint and the buyer standpoint.
What a learning curve in this industry. There's so many. It's another thing. I spend so much time calling, like I was just explaining about the packages, the missing packages, the issues I'm having with the bank right now. I dedicate at least a couple hours a day to dealing with headaches.
Have you ever had a situation talking about your packages? No,
let's not talk about my package.
But your packages. Have you ever had a situation where somebody received it, but they were missing some of the items in it? They're like, Andrew, I got 8, but not 10. Did you accidentally not pack? Or
the one package I told you about I lost for $80,000 was delivered empty. There was nothing in it. But never anything with the retail public where it was just, they're ordering a couple 10-ounce bars, a couple ounces of silver, and anything was damaged or anything like that. But these guys around here, they call me the package Nazi. Right? I'm like a real anal about my packaging, right? My packages can float. They're like taped like this way, no one's getting into my packages.
Oh, really? I've never been called the package Nazi. I've been
so many people sit here and they're like, what are you doing, man? But I don't want nobody messing with it.
Yeah. It's funny too, because when I get packages, I'm always like cursing the person. Like if it's like so secure and I can't get into it, I'm like, God damn it!
And then you get the other people who send it, and there's one piece of tape over it. You know what I mean?
I've had one person send me a flat rate, a small flat rate box, not sealed.
Wow.
Like they
took
the tape from the actual thing and folded it down, but the top. I'm like, dude, I called them. I'm like, it arrived. But dude, like anybody can just pop it open. Like, what are you doing?
No, it's scary.
But
I had a package recently. I think I told you about. It was out for delivery for a couple days. No movement in it. So I called this local USPS. I think it was in Georgia or Virginia. They had me on hold for maybe 20 minutes. This lady comes back on the phone and she says, "We have an issue with your package." I said, "Oh boy, here we go." She said, "Our delivery person handed it to somebody that wasn't at the address." So I said, "Listen, I paid for signature confirmation." She's like, "Well, She handed it to this person. She didn't scan it delivered, and she didn't have them sign signature confirmation.
So
she stole it. Basically, she stole it. She's like, well, she's new here. You know, I said, man, I'm like speechless. I don't even know what to say. That's another one I'm dealing with right now.
Oh, that's happening right now.
I had to refund the guy the money. The guy was completely irate.
How much was it?
$790.
And so now is the post office going to, or is this an insurance?
So I think small flat rate boxes are covered at $500, but my shipping insurance my deductible's $1,000.
So you have to.
So I'm not even putting a claim in.
But so you're going to lose $250 on it.
I'll get $500 from UPS, and I'll lose the $200. And
do you feel like you're giving them the audience too much intel? Now they're going to be like, that's the sweet spot. Hit them for $750.
It's all insured. You know what I mean? It's that's just a chance you take.
I know. Every once in a while, but then you could write those off too. It sucks.
I make really good money, man. To lose a little couple packages here and there, it's a risk you take.
But you don't. Keep it going, but those losses, you'll never write those off. That's what I'm saying.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Which isn't it's an unfortunate thing. It's not something.
Of course, you don't want to be losing.
It's deductible.
No, you're still losing $250.
And plus, it gives a bad experience for the customer.
Yeah.
They might think twice about shopping online again or buying from any online dealer.
Right. Well, I definitely think that, everybody watching this video, you got to be, careful, with the payment methods, who you're paying. But obviously, be careful when you're buying anything from Andrew because he's sending it to people to steal the items out from under you. But
I do get some weird people. I'm getting a lot of transactions are just in some remote places of the United States.
Oh, you showed me that one weird address.
Like I've never even heard of it, and I had another package was lost, and I had to reach out to the USPS again, which I don't mind doing. I want these packages to get to my customers, But when the person picked up and started talking, I said, "Listen, you're in a real rural area, aren't you?" They're like, "Oh yeah, this is all farmland out here." And I said, so it's different. It's not like here. These guys would be living on top of each other in central New Jersey.
Yeah.
But when it gets shipped out to places like that, there's stuff happens.
Right. Right. Well, listen, I think that, anybody that's watching this, make sure again that you're buying from reputable people. Make sure that you're picking the payment methods that make sense for you, but also, can
play it safe.
Play it safe. Because especially like if you're interacting with somebody online who's accepting Zelle payments, and they're a scammer. I mean, then you're out of luck.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So
people might not believe you. They said, "Oh, I got Andrew to buy silver for $105 an ounce." I don't think any of my customers would believe you.
So why did you decide? And I've been trying to educate Andrew on the world of collectibles. Why did you decide that it was time for you to pick up one of these bad boys?
See, and that's where, from a business standpoint, I would never spend $105 on an ounce on silver when it's trading at $25.
Right.
Just doesn't make sense to me. But when you come across something that you really like and you really enjoy, and in this collectible stuff, I've seen a variety of every cartoon character, every television show, anything you could possibly think of, and if you have a connection to that, you'll pay the price. Me to pay $210 for this, I don't care. The price is irrelevant. I'll look at this 100 times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And,
isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's a beautiful coin, and the craftsmanship, you don't see stuff like this.
No. Yeah.
Never heard of the Poland Mint. But
they
make beautiful stuff.
They really make some really cool things.
So that's the thing. I don't badmouth it.
Right.
Me, from an investment standpoint, I would never pay 10 times the amount for something. But when it's something cool, and that's a collectible piece, that's not even a piece I consider like my stack. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is part of your stack, though.
It is, but it's only worth $50. If I was sitting home doing my inventory, like I seen you doing in one of your videos, I wouldn't count this as $210.
You wouldn't?
No. I would still only count it as 2 ounces of silver.
I do only count it as 2 ounces of silver, but I do keep a cost with that piece.
I would put a cost next to it, but
so I can see how much above spot I am.
What I'm thinking in my head, if I had 100 of these, I wouldn't say, I have thousands of dollars here in silver.
No, I do the same thing. I only keep the cost in just so I see like how far above spot I am. Now that's the funny thing too, because I remember when I first started stacking, one of the things was to get as close to spot as possible,
sure.
and you're constantly working on that average. Here's the deal: bring my dollar cost average down. You get excited. Eventually, you get to the point where, at least in my opinion, like I started just buying what I wanted and buying what I like, and then my dollar cost average is probably horrendous. It's probably so bad.
You're paying $200 for 200 ounces. Yeah, but you know what? I guess you're level in involvement. If you're just a stacker and only buying that stuff, and you venture off into this stuff's beautiful.
Yes,
you'd be crazy not to add it to your stack. I know I'm always hard on this stuff, but not so much this. I was just bashing Stormy about the packaging, but a lot of this stuff, like the Billy the Kid, and a lot of this stuff has really cool packaging. The Mike Tyson had some cool stuff with it too. That stuff, it's out of that realm of just spot price, and there's a lot more goes into it. So I do understand the price, but personally, I'm just a business guy, and the stuff closer to spots just easier to move, and
it's harder too because you're set up.
Not really set up like that, also to not do something.
Exactly, and that's where you and I differ, which is actually pretty good because now we're not really selling on top of one another. I've built my YouTube platform, social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, selling a lot of these semi-numismatic pieces and collectible pieces. So for me, I don't have as much risk as like the everyday person watching the podcast because they don't have those platforms set up. They're not on social media. Some people don't have many transactions on eBay, so they don't have big eBay stores. So if you're like the everyday stacker and you're looking at items to buy to possibly flip, I would suggest that you don't get these types of items unless you really know what you're doing and that you already have an outlet for it.
You ain't flipping these.
You're not going to flip these unless you've got, the people in place who are looking to buy these items. And I think the same can be said, for numismatic pieces. You were talking to me about a transaction that you recently did on a big numismatic collection. Certain pieces, like you have to always be thinking, 5 steps ahead as to if I should want to sell these pieces one day, how am I going to do that?
Yeah,
because otherwise you're going to lose money.
Which is a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is paying $105 an ounce. You're gonna have tough money. It's only worth $50.
Right.
So
you have to
between 50 and that 210, you're in limbo.
Yes.
Who knows what it's worth? It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
It has, it's outside of the realm of spot price.
Now, do you like Leonidas too?
Yeah, 300 was an awesome.
That sounds like a good.
You're trying to push that one on me.
That's like actually a good number to charge you for it if you want Leonidas at 300.
For the star at 300.
Not a bad idea.
Cool series. Like Genghis Khan was in it too.
Yes, Genghis Khan was in this one also. I don't know why they stopped minting the Great Commanders series. I'm wondering if maybe there just wasn't enough interest. Because
now let me ask you something too, and I'm new to this high end stuff. Is it like only hot when it first comes out, and everyone tries to buy it pre-sale, and it has a couple month window where it's
certain.
There's ads for it, and then like it just dies out.
Certain things, yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely 100% accurate. So something like this, yeah, I think that there wasn't also that much hype for these when they came out.
I've never heard of them.
So that's kind of what was working against it, but there are pieces that come out like recently, like the Napoleon coin you and I were talking about in a previous episode. That's going to be one of 12. So that series is here to stay for a while.
Right.
So that's like one where you can buy a bunch of the Napoleon coins now.
There was another series at 12 that came out not that long. I think it was Hercules. A couple of years back.
I don't know. They've been doing the Gods of Olympus series. I don't know if you're thinking about that. Is it Hercules like this type of like coin where it
was a big box.
Oh, really?
12 coins.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know that one. But yes, certain items they only have so much hype when they first release.
Like when their coins are released from the mint.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then people get it, and then it dies out. So that's why you also have to know what you're doing, strike when the iron's hot. There's collectibles that I really like that, I know right now is the time to unload them. Let me do it now. Case in point, the Marvel trading coin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those in my opinion, I think that's like a very...
They were hot for a little while.
Yeah, the Marvel and the Star Wars. I mean, they still have a high price right now. They're still... I mean, that's the other thing. Marvel, huge fan base. Star Wars, huge fan base. So if there's items that have a huge fan base too, that's going to keep the prices up as well.
They come out with another Avengers movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That can boost some more attention to it. Like, oh, what's this trading coin? I've never
Gotta
seen
get Marvel on here and get them in production for a new movie.
Yeah, that's right. Boost up all of my collectibles I have on the website.
We'll pray for another Avengers movie.
Yeah, but these coins also I think are good for people to consider buying, because you and I were talking about the difficulties of selling precious metals when premiums are coming way down. So when you have collectible items, you've got that built-in premium in there that kind of helps you.
Not to mention, it adds another layer of like fun to this also.
Yes.
It's just buying silver and gold.
It's
is just you get tired of looking at your 10-ounce bars and stuff like that. It's cool to have this to your stack. It makes it look pretty.
It does.
It does.
And actually, I'm curious now because I was thinking of talking about your collection or your stack in another episode. What we got? We're 9 minutes in. I mean,
let's go.
I'm just curious. Like, do you have what kind of things do you have?
It fluctuates. So I'm a business owner. So basically, my inventory is my personal stash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
you don't keep two separate stacks?
I'm such a salesman. If you came in and you wanted 100-ounce bars, and my only 100-ounce bars I have are my personal ones, I'll sell them right to you.
But you could replace those.
Yeah, no, sure, but
But I'm saying, like, in terms of like
this stuff,
deep stack collectible things, like
you've sold me more products in the last 2-3 weeks. Stormy's a good salesman over here.
There you go.
The sports stuff, this stuff.
Yeah.
It's on a separate shelf in my safe, and like
there you
I don't know. Now I have 5 or 4, whatever it is.
You say you're a good salesman, but here I'm pushing. Ooh, look at what I have.
But I do add stuff like that. Stuff like that's going to go to my stack. But I always keep a pretty decent inventory to sell on my website, so that is my stack.
What is your website, by the way?
Bayshore Bullion Exchange.com. Don't forget, check it out. I got low prices. Premiums are coming down. There's tons of stuff available for sale on there.
Absolutely. And EmpirePreciousMetals.com, that's where I have my semi-numismatic and collectible stuff. But that's actually pretty cool that I got you into some of the collectible things.
You opened my eyes to it, man.
I
understand it. I was really ignorant to it. I was like, I don't know what the hell I want with that high-end stuff, but I get it.
There's certain things that just move.
There's a lot of stackers out there that want that collectability.
Let me ask you, because you and I like the revolver coin. A lot of people in the stacking community like the revolver coin. Sure. Did you buy one of those for yourself? Because that to me is
I think I bought 10 last time I ordered them, and the couple that I have left are mine until somebody buys them, I guess.
That's something that you should keep one for yourself.
Yeah, I'll keep one. You know what? I seen they have the graded ones in a big slab.
Yeah, but
that's foolish. I might keep that. I don't know.
Would you buy that?
Yeah, I like that, man. I like the revolver round. But you know what happened? I had the revolver sitting on my desk here the day I bought it.
Yeah.
Some guy came in here. He opened every single one.
Why?
I must have asked him 3 times. I said, "Why are you doing that, dude? I just want to see." I like the graded slab stuff. You can't open it. Oh, believe me.
Do you think that guy's watching?
I almost threw him out of here. You are watching, man. What an asshole.
Oh man, shots fired. I
opened every single one. I sat there in disbelief. I couldn't even. I was like, man. And they come sealed in a.
Yeah.
After the second one, I said, listen.
Was he opening the capsules though?
Opening the capsule.
He was opening the capsules. So he's getting his fingerprints on them.
What are you doing, dude? He's like, I just want to see, man. Didn't buy them. Did nothing. I hate dealing with the retail public, man.
God,
retail public's tough. Man.
That's annoying. I would have.
Yeah.
I'd be like, don't touch my stuff.
But the revolvers, they're coming out with a new one. I think we just.
They are. They're going to come out with another one. I don't know when.
2024.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with that one too, because.
Is there a different style coming out?
The rumor I heard is that it's going to be an AK.
Really?
But I don't know. Because I don't know.
A Bullion Exchange is exclusive?
I think so.
Man, Bullion Exchanges, if you put an AK If you upgrade the revolver to an AK, man, that's impressive, man. That'd be a cool product. I'd buy one. That's for sure.
That's
pretty cool.
But that's a rumor. But I don't know what they would do because like that revolver, they made it look like the Wild West where you had engraving on the barrel and on the handle.
Yeah, very intricate.
But how would they do that on an AK? Like I don't know if like AKs being engraved to look like something like that.
I'd buy it, man.
Would you?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Do you know what would have been really insanely cool? Is if the cylinder popped out of the revolver and spun.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
cool
sure.
would that have been?
Sure. Yeah, but you know what? They've come a long way too. You know, like that revolver's very intricate.
Yeah.
Very detailed. You know, it's a really nice piece where like, you know, 10, 20 years ago they didn't put out stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going forward. You ever see the one guy he like you were just saying, the one Tesla one, the battery lights up, the light lights up on it. I've seen the one where you push it in and the stuff opens on it. You know what I mean? Is that hit my mic?
Is it hitting my? I haven't seen those. What I have
stuff.
seen was geez, now I'm drawing a blank. Oh, there was a Grand Canyon. It was like I forget who made it. Somebody watching this might know. It was like this big. Maybe it was 2 ounce or possibly even up to 5 ounce. It was the complete topography of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're like looking at it and you could see it's it's all the way down exact to the actual Grand Canyon. So
I'm sure now with 3D printers and all that other stuff, whatever they do.
I'm just turning this towards you. Keep going.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure with technology, you know, they're going to be coming out with some wild stuff, man.
Yeah. And again, too, guys, you want to buy what you like, and you don't buy something thinking that one day it's going to be worth so much and I'm going to sell it.
Just buy it because you like it.
Buy it because you like it. Sometimes some things go up, sometimes some things go down. But you know, I have so many other things that I'll probably bring to the podcast to show and talk
show
about.
And sell.
Absolutely. But guys, let us know in the comments, you know, what are some of the coolest collectible pieces you have, and we'll see you on the next one on Sunday.
Yep. Have a good weekend, guys.
Later. There. Now let's hope that this.
Oh boy.
Did you see my text about the Mike Tyson?